What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you a few basic boxing combos because it's very embarrassing when you go to the boxing gym or you go to your regular gym and you want to hit the bag, you see the heavy bag standing there, you want to hit it and then you don't really know what you're doing and then you feel like everybody's watching you. So this will just get you the basic fundamentals of getting the right punches in. I've done 2 other videos of how to wrap your hands and how to throw a punch. So this will just show you some basic footwork and how to step in and out and throw a few basic combos that you can practice and build on over time. Okay, the first thing you want to pay attention to is your footwork. When you're punching, you want to keep your balance. When you're moving, what you want to practice, move from foot to foot, throw punches, just get that movement, get that feeling, throw different punches and get that balance, because if you're throwing a punch and you're off balance, your next punch is not going to be lined up and you're going to be way off. So just practice foot to foot, throw a few different punches and keep that rhythm going. Next thing you want to do is moving in and out of a punch. So you don't just want to be standing straight in front of the bag, not moving, flat-footed. You want to be on the balls of your feet and you want to move around the bag. When you come in for a punch, your lead foot comes forward, followed by your back foot. When you want to move back, your back foot goes back and your lead foot comes back after. So just practice coming in and out of a punch, moving in and out. Okay, once you've got that down, you want to throw your basic combos. So the first basic combo is jab, cross. So depending if you are southpaw or orthodox, you're going to stand differently. So I'm southpaw, so my right foot comes forward and my jab hand is my right hand. If you're orthodox, which most people are, your left foot comes forward and your left arm becomes your jab. I'm southpaw, so I'm going to be using my right hand as my jab. So if you are orthodox, you're going to be using your left as a jab and you're going to just follow on from there. Just rotate everything. So first combo, jab, cross. Very basic 2-punch combo. Practice this. This is your bread and butter. You just want to practice jab, cross, move around the bag so that you get that feel for throwing punches and moving around the bag. You also want to remember to keep one hand protecting your chin. So when you're throwing a jab, your other hand is here protecting your chin. When you bring your jab back, your jab protects your chin and you throw your cross. Remember to practice protecting your face while your other hand is punching. So just keep this movement, protect, throw. You never want to be fully open or let your hands drop. So just get that feeling. Moving around the bag, step in and out, step out. Head movement is also important, but I'll cover that in a different video. Okay, next combination, we're going to go jab, cross, hook, hook. Now when you're throwing a hook, you want to remember to pivot from your hips because that's where your power comes from. You're not throwing all your power from your arm because that's going to overexert yourself. You're going to lose a lot of energy. And when you're training, you want to conserve energy and punch smart, punch hard, and snap that hook. So when you want to hook, whichever hook you're throwing, you're going to pivot from that leg. So if I'm throwing a right hook, I'm going to pivot from my hip and twist my foot in, and you can see it's a natural movement of just getting that hook in. If you're hooking from your left is going to pivot and you're going to throw. So it starts with your leg, turns into your hip, and that power converts into your hook. So jab, cross, hook, hook. Now you can see I'm not using a lot of energy to throw that hook. A lot of people swing out wide and they use a lot of energy. Keep everything nice and tight. Pivot and the arm will follow. You won't use much energy at all and you'll snap that hook, and that's what you need. So the combination, jab, cross, hook, hook. Now once you get comfortable with it, you can start moving around the bag, throwing the combination from around the bag. Jab, cross, hook, hook. Move in and out. Now in the beginning, if you're struggling with a combination, you can slow it down, because what you really want to concentrate on is your form. You don't just want to be throwing punches randomly and wildly. I see a lot of guys starting at the gym throwing wide or overextending. Overextending is a big problem, because if you throw too hard and you miss the bag, if you're too far away, it can really hurt your elbows. So make sure you're in range, tap the bag. You'll see a lot of pro boxers do that. They'll jab, because they're just tapping the guy, but that's just to find your range, because once you know your range, you can offload a bomb. So make sure you find your range and practice your form. So you just want to shadow box, so you can do jab, cross, hook, hook, and just make sure that you're pivoting right and you're moving correctly and not off balance. Okay, the next one's not really a combination, but it's a series of jabs, because your jabs are your bread and butter of all punches. Your jab is like a crutch. Keep your opponent away from you. You don't use too much energy. You just keep your opponent back. You can use a snap jab, where you're really snapping it hard, and it can stun an opponent and you can unload a combination. So this next one, you want to practice your jabs. So keep your one arm up, protecting your chin all the time, and you're just going to follow up with a series of jabs. So you can start with a single jab, you can do double jabs. Remember to step in and out. This is really going to train you, because you don't have this arm for balance. You want to practice moving in and out and just moving side to side and using that jab. So you can do single, double, triple jab, but you're just using your footwork, you're using your different head movements and side to side movements and going in and out. These are just all the basics of the general techniques of starting when you're learning boxing. Okay, next combination, we're going to throw some uppercuts. Most people just have a straight heavy bag, so you can't really throw uppercuts on a heavy bag, but you can do the shadow boxing of getting that technique of uppercuts. A lot of people struggle with uppercuts. I've got this uppercut bag where it's round, doesn't have a long base, so you can really get under it and throw some uppercuts. So what we're going to do, we're going to go jab, cross, hook, uppercut. If you don't have a bag that you can do this on, you can throw your whole combination. You can do jab, cross, hook, and step away and just throw an uppercut in the air, doing shadow boxing. Or you can do the whole combination shadow boxing. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, and just practice that, moving. So we're going to focus on this one last, because this is, once you've learned everything and learned how to move, you can throw those different punches that are quite tricky if you are off balance or still trying to get your footwork right. This one's really going to teach you to keep your punches tight, keep your body in rhythm, and keep your balance, moving your weight from foot to foot. Now these are all just very basic combinations, and it's not everything you need to know, but if you watch this, you get your footwork right, you get your head movement right, and you practice this balance, because you need to get this balance right of shifting your weight from foot to foot. And the best way to get this balance right is to throw punches with your opposite hands the whole time. So if you're doing a jab, you'll do a cross, you'll do a hook with the right side, you'll do a hook with the left, or you'll do an uppercut with the left, followed up by the right. You just want that constant flow. Once you get more experience, you can throw like a double jab, and then you can throw a hook, all with the same side. But getting that shift of power and shift of balance, you can find that rhythm where you can just keep throwing without losing balance. I've seen a lot of guys throwing punches and combinations, and they'll throw a jab and then they'll go with a hook and then they're off balance. So it won't really make a difference if you're using a bag, but if you're doing some sparring and you're doing a jab followed by a right hook and you're not really paying attention to your movement as you're throwing, can get clipped on your right side or your left side. Whichever side is open, that's going to wind you. If you get a liver shot, you're going to drop. So you want to keep everything nice and tight, protected the whole time, and make sure that you're bringing everything back. Your reaction time is very important. So when you're throwing a punch, you want to bring it back as quick as you can. Even with a jab, you don't want to be jabbing slowly, dropping your hand, because you get caught on the chin. You want to make sure that you bring it back, straight back. And the other hand's always protecting you, protecting your body, everything nice and tight. So these are just the fundamentals of boxing. Footwork, the way you need to pivot when throwing a hook, your counterbalancing, moving your weight from foot to foot, and then just practicing the combos themselves and just getting that rhythm. So I hope this helps you. Let me know in the comments below if you need me to cover anything else. But I would love to know your progress from starting of not really knowing how to box, trying these techniques and getting onto the heavy bag, and how it makes you feel. I'll see you guys soon.